Teen Kids News is on now, and here's what we've got.
It's been called the spice of life, but adding too much to our food may be hazardous to our health.
Believe it or not, this guy is a driving instructor. Find out why he's trying to distract me.
Coming up, I'll tell you why I went from this to this for a good cause. What do a major star, a love of Broadway, and a group of motivated teens have in common? Stay tuned to find out.
And much more next on Teen Kids News.
Welcome to Teen Kids News. I'm Wanza.
And I'm Jessica. Here's our top story for this week.
It's a building block of life itself, but too much of it can be very bad for your health. Now there's a nationwide effort to protect us from something we love to add to our food. Cheryl has the story.
Salt is everywhere. It's about 3% of the ocean. Our bodies need it to survive, and we love its taste.
My favorite salty foods are probably chips, potato chips.
Onion rings and french fries.
French fries are my favorite.
I really like pretzels and chips.
Oh, I'd have to say potato chips and french fries.
My favorite salty foods, probably salt and vinegar chips and also crunchy seaweed.
The problem is, too much salt is unhealthy.
Too much salt overwhelms your body. You eliminate salt with your kidneys. However, there's only so much your kidneys can do. All the extra salt stays in your bloodstream. You end up retaining water, gaining more water weight, and your heart has to pump harder in order to circulate all this extra volume around. And that over the course of a long period of time leads to elevated blood pressure and strokes.
Unfortunately, the average American takes in twice as much salt as he or she should. And that's where New York City's health department comes into the picture. It's leading a campaign to help us all cut back on salt.
The SALT initiative is really a national initiative. It's led by New York City, but it's really over 40 health organizations, other cities and other states that are working together. We think it has the opportunity for tremendous impact and really can save lives.
Of course, we can all make healthier food choices without the government's help. It's simple to choose a fruit instead of fries. But the SALT initiative is taking aim at the salt we don't see.
Almost 80% of the salt that we take in each day comes from packaged and restaurant food. So most consumers don't really have any control over the salt that they take in. It's already in the food when we buy it. It's not actually always the salt that you taste, so a muffin can have a lot of salt.
When you're shopping for packaged food, check the label. Salt is listed as sodium. It's measured in milligrams, and you don't need more than 2,300 milligrams a day. They add up fast. Even a can of vegetable soup can be loaded with sodium.
You can have as much salt as you're supposed to eat in a whole day in one chicken sandwich at a chain restaurant.
So the government is working with restaurants and food companies to cut back on the salt they put in their food.
So we've gotten a great response so far, and the overall goal of the initiative is to reduce population sodium intake by 20% over the next 5 years.
But don't wait for that. Make an effort now to start reducing the amount of salt you eat, and read those labels.
Stay with us. There's lots more still to come on Teen Kids News.
We'll be right back.
And now, our Fox in the Classroom update.
It's the final stretch before midterm elections, and President Obama is hitting the campaign trail to rally voters to keep Democrats in power. However, nationwide, Republicans are threatening to take over several key Democratic strongholds, a possibility not lost on the president. He told voters the results in November will set the direction of the country for the next 10 to 20 years.
This election is a choice between the policies that got us into this mess and the policies that are leading us out of this mess. It's a choice between the past and the future.
One seat up for grabs is in Pennsylvania, where Republicans